Welcome back everyone. For all of you that are new, welcome. I'm DarkHour717. This is a video for those that may end up unexpectedly in a place most try to avoid. But as any Star Citizen player knows, we all have our own fair share of bad days. You accidentally shoot a teammate, or maybe the wrong NPC, or you go on a murderous rampage through a bunker with little to no warning. I swear the 30Ks made me do it, but then they don't buy that excuse. Today we're going to be taking a look at what to do if that happens though. The escape from Klescher. And how can you do this and have a clear crime set before even leaving Aberdeen? Before we actually get into the details though, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like these updates and help get the videos out to more people. I greatly appreciate it. And definitely make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see how you can get entered in for a chance to win an Origin X1 hover bike. And that's actually going to bring us to a quick word from our sponsor and then let the fun begin. And I guess if I'm my own sponsor, I really don't have to pay myself. But the sponsor really is more darkhourpc.com. It's up and running, and if you're looking for a PC to replace a broken or aged one and are either on a budget or don't want to way overspend or even build one yourself, or you may even want just a custom build, check out darkhourpc.com. We offer custom build consultations and build services as well as pre-designed models that can be built for you, all starting at $549 US. Also offered are repair services for the greater Indianapolis area, and Dark Hour PC really strives to provide for a fun gamer experience whether you're a fan of Intel or AMD, with many choices in multiple different price ranges. We can even get you set up if you want your build to be shown on a YouTube video or even a live stream, and that way you can watch your PC being built. We take great pride in being able to offer great systems for those that may not want to build it themselves. We even offer ability to add items for great customizations like RGB strips or even sleeved extension cables. It really does give it that finished complete look. But check out darkhourpc.com today for what could be your next system. Alright, I promise that that's the last of the shameless plugs, so let's get into this. So you find yourself waking in the one place you don't want to be, in a yellow jumpsuit, outfitted for hand mining, which you may hate. Well, we are going to take you through from start to finish how to check out of Hotel Klescher and with your good name intact. First, if you're new to the escape, I recommend a little bit of prep work, and that pertains to med pens. Make sure to get a few. Injuries while doing this can cause you to have to stop and start all over again, and no one likes to do that. And all you really need are 2 or 3, that will do. And you can sell your mining tool at the kiosk down one of the routes and get enough to grab a couple at the commissary. I personally like the stomp and steal method myself, where I curb stomp an NPC and steal their multi-tool to sell, but you do whichever way you prefer. After this, proceed down any of the mining tunnels all the way to depth 9. Make sure you go until you see the Kareah beacon disappear, because this really means that you're undetectable, can receive missions from Rudo on your mobiGlas. Once you're there, open up your mobiGlas and go to the personal tab and look for the mission called Need a Out. Once accepted, make your way back to the main area, but whatever you do, do not backspace back to there, as if you do, you will lose the mission. You need to hoof it all the way back on foot, and on your way, you want to make sure you stop by the mine office on your left as you're getting back to the cafeteria in Klescher. Here you're going to need to look through the window to obtain the fan code, and due to lighting issues, the easiest way to see the code is going to be go to your options menu, crank the gamma and contrast all the way to the max, and then drop your brightness down to 0, then set field of view as low as possible, and this will make reading the code easier. Once you actually have the code, go ahead and set your display options back to normal. This code is good for one use and will change after it is used, so if you die and have to start over, you need to get a new code again. Once you have the code, proceed to the fan, sprint jumping over the rail at the halves and onto the ledge, where you're going to enter it onto the panel and make sure to hit the check mark in the bottom right of the panel, and this is going to stop the fan for a very limited time. Once the fan has stopped, proceed through and turn your light on and follow the tube to the end, and be careful as there is a pit in the middle of the floor there. Either walk around or jump to the other side and enter the tunnel. Once in the tunnel, you'll notice a mission marker for the Klescher data chip. This is actually one of the goals you'll need to get in order to make sure that you have a clear crime set when you leave the moon. For now though, follow the path along till you see a hole in the ground and fall through. You're going to bounce back and forth side to side, and if you stop along the way, just continue on down on your own. This is actually to help make it so you don't get injured on the way down and are still fresh when you hit the bottom. Once at the bottom though, look for the opening that will have a blue flower in it, and this is going to really be a key sign of the pathway while you're going through all of this. Crouch down, proceed on through, and stay to the right. And when you come to a T in the path, stay to the right as well and go over the ledge and follow the path to the left until you reach these branches. And you'll see that there'll be an opening on the right. Take this path, and as you reach the end, veer to the left and immediately right to face the large flat wall, and you're going to mantle up to the next level. Continue on straight until you come to a room on the right with a large branch structure. Here you'll see more blue flowers, and you're going to sprint jump across onto the small ledge where all the branches and flowers are. When you land, you'll then crouch down and take the rightmost pathway and tunnel. It's easy to overlook, so make sure you turn 90 degrees to the right to see it. Follow that all the way down to the flat wall on the right and mantle up another level. Here you're going to continue to follow the path around to the left and climb up and enter into the switchback room. Here you're going to climb up the wall to the right and then turn around and sprint jump over onto the ledge directly across from you. Then turn around again and sprint jump to the smaller ledge across from you again. And here you'll go to the left and continue climbing up another level and follow the path to the blue flower. Here you're going to want to go to the right and follow this path down, and at the end you'll end up climbing up several levels. It's fairly linear through here, and you're not going to have too many places, if any at all, that you're going to be able to make a wrong turn. Once you reach the end of this path, you're going to be looking over a chasm and a A-framed hole in the wall across from you. You want to sprint jump across and aim for the center of the A-frame hole, and it's okay to hit the wall and fall to the ledge below. Once there, you're going to turn 180 degrees around and look for the other opening across from you in the opposite wall and sprint jump across over into that opening. Then follow the path and gently drop down to the next level below, but make sure you do not run, as you may miss the landing. Go to the left and turn to face the next jump to your right, aiming for the back wall, and the rocks are over the center of the platform. And you're going to walk and jump and not do your run key. If you try to sprint jump this, you're going to go straight off over the other side and miss the jump completely. So just do your standard walk and jump. After you're on this platform, turn and face the ledge to your left. It's going to be just behind you, and you're going to sprint jump over to the next area. Here you're going to walk to the right and almost to the end, and you'll see a ledge across from you, and you're going to sprint jump aiming for the blue flower on the ledge over there. And then you're going to immediately stop and turn to the left and sprint jump over to the next opening from where you stand. Now, once you make this jump, you are at one of the areas that you may need to take a side trip to obtain the data chip. If it's on the platform directly above you, when you're on the small platform that you only walk and jump to, this is where you're going to need to focus on obtaining the chip. If you are just escaping without doing the route mission, then you can continue on by going up to the ledge to the right. But to clear your crime set, you need that chip. So once you climb up the ledge in front of your landing spot, you're going to go to the left and walk out on the spit of ledge that extends towards the wrecked platform. Line up and you will sprint jump aiming for the portion of the platform closest to the rock face. And if you sprint jump when you get across, you will automatically clamber up onto the platform. Then you can turn to the right and sprint jump across to the body that has a chip. Once there, you're going to loot the body and select open on the backpack and take the chip and make sure to put it in your backpack. Because if you have it in your hand and you lose it, you'll have to restart the mission or leave without clearing your crime stat. From here, you can actually go back the way you came and sprint jump across back to the escape path. There is another data chip location that is towards the end of the escape path, and that we'll cover when we get to that area. Now that you're back on the path, climb up the rock face that would have been on your right of where you landed originally. You're going to climb up 2 levels and then follow the path to an opening on the right. Here you're going to want to line up on the center of this platform and make sure you sprint jump to it. Make sure to stop as soon as you land because there's very little space up here. Then you're going to walk forward to the furthest point and you're going to turn to the left and sprint jump to the ledge across the way, aiming right of the yellow pipe, as sometimes you can glitch into the wall on the left. Climb up the metal platform and turn to face the ring across from you, and you're going to sprint jump aiming for the center of the ring, and when you land, turn left to climb the rock face. Climb up a few levels and work your way to the top where you turn and see the platform just above the ring with a large branch. Here you're going to sprint jump over and aim for where the branch meets the rock face. Then climb up and to the left, following the pathway, and curl around to the rightmost path where you are going to actually sprint jump over this opening. Then continue on past the blue flower, climbing to the right, and then crawl through the opening where you see a pink flare across the way. This is actually Freddy, or so we've named him in the past. He decided on taking a nap here, and you can actually sprint jump across to him, and you can also search the body, and it provides a bit of lore if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and if not, then continue on. You're going to climb up 2 levels to where you see some wreckage, spanning the chasm, walk across the chasm, and climb back to the ground. Then go right and take the first left following that pathway. When you come to an opening, sprint jump across to the other side and climb a couple levels up, and this brings you to a ledge across from a pipe open. You'll sprint jump across the opening, but aim for the left of center so not to get caught by the wreckage. Here you're going to find Mickey, who we actually named him that as he may have had a few too many drinks and he's sleeping it off. You again can search him for a little bit of lore and information on him. If not, turn around and take the path to the right, and this is going to bring you to the next area where you may have to go off on a side quest for a data chip. You're going to want to turn back around and face towards it, and you'll see the ledge that it's sitting on. You will see a platform that appears almost out of jumping reach, but if you sprint jump and aim just over the right side of the wreckage, you can make it. Once across, you're going to actually turn around, and just to the left of where you jump from, you'll see another platform, and you're going to sprint jump across to this platform. From there, you'll be able to actually loot the body and get into the backpack and take the chip and again place it in your own backpack. After you have the chip, you'll be able to look around. You'll notice that you can actually jump down, follow the path from before to get back to where you were, and once back at the tube with Mickey, you will then continue down the path to the right, following it along till you come to a ledge with more wreckage across from you. Here, you're going to want to aim for the right side and sprint jump across to the wreckage. Then you're going to move forward to the end of the platform and turn to the right and sprint jump across to the tube on the other side. That is actually the end of the mining tunnels, and you are now in the ventilation area, and here you will actually take the path forward and climb down to the left side to the landing below. You're going to go to the door that has the crate in it and climb over. Now, in recent cases, there has only been a single trip mine in this room at the end, but originally there were 3. If 3 are there when you arrive, what you're going to want to do is immediately get down onto your stomach and slowly crawl under the first one. Then if there is a second one in the middle, you're going to want to stay as far left as possible and continue to crawl very slowly on your stomach so as you don't get popped up when you're going over the items on the floor. Once you're actually clear, you can actually stand up and you'll see the last one, which is usually the only one that we've seen active lately, and you're going to climb onto the box on the right hand side and run over the trip mine. And here you're going to want to make sure that you stop and get the URSA codes. Look directly into the security window, and up to the top right you'll see the panel that has the codes for both URSAs. Make sure you write both codes down in case one URSA is gone and you have to go to the other tube to get the other URSA out. You're going to proceed then through the door and follow the catwalks around to the ventilation shaft and crouch through the opening at the end and climb up and out of the shaft. If you're just escaping and have a teammate picking you up, then this is where they're going to fly into and wait for you to get on board their ship. If you do not have a teammate waiting and you're looking to do the Rudo mission so that your crime stat is clear before leaving Aberdeen, then you're going to actually run all the way around to the left to the staircase and continue on up. You can also go this way if you're looking to just get out of Klescher and make a run for Barton Flats using the URSAs, where you can spawn in a ship without having to worry about trying to clear your crime stat. Once at the staircase, you want to remember that there is a hole in the middle of the staircase and you do not want to sprint jump over this. All you're going to want to do is a normal walk and jump over the hole and make sure that you're in the center of the staircase, as if you're too far to the left, you could possibly bump the railing, which stops your progression and makes you fall down the hole. Once over the hole, continue up the stairs, and on the last set, you're going to see another hole, and you're going to do the same as before and walk jump over it. Then after you get over that hole and get up to the next landing, you're going to turn right and go up one last set of staircase where you're going to see some boxes on your left. You're going to walk up onto these boxes and then jump over to the gratings in front of you, and you're going to move over and walk up the ramp on the pipes to the left to your freedom. At this point, you're out. Currently, the heat and oxygen on Aberdeen's surface is not working correctly, but in normal cases, you would have limited time to be out in the atmosphere and make it to the Ursa garage before you succumb to the element. Once you actually get down to the end there where the Ursa garage is, you can put the code in the panel there and decide to open the ramp for the garage. And if the Ursa is gone, you're going to need to run over to the other tube behind you and check the garage there using the other code. Once you have the Ursa though, there are guns inside with a total of 75 rounds between the two weapons. You're going to drive the Ursa the 4,000 meters to the security site that's named in Naruto's mission. The drive over to the security site is definitely going to be a dangerous one, as there may be bounty hunters and other players who will have your fugitive apprehension bounty. So drive quickly to the marker and make sure to get the weapons before departing the Ursa. There are typically 4 guards here at the campsite, and on the far right is usually where they're housed. You can engage them if you like, but you do not have to. Again, you have limited bullet. Your overall goal here is to get to the broken down cuddy hull that's on the left side of the camp. Enter it and place the chip inside the satellite on the bunk on the broken down cuddy, and once this is done, your crime stat will be cleared and you can exit and sneak off on the right to the Cutlass Black just outside, which is unguarded. Take the ship and you are home free and crime stat free. And that is about it on how to get out of Klescher with no crime stat. Of course, you can do the regular escape, but that will leave you with only a stop at SPK to clear your crime stat as an option to get clean, which that would be another video and one to make sure that you have friends along with to assist. One key thing to know also is, unlike a legal release from Klescher, you do not automatically get your armor and weapons back that you had when you went in. The easiest way to make sure that you get those back is once you're off the surface of Aberdeen, backspace. You'll immediately wake up in Klescher with no crime stat, and you can then proceed out through the inmate processing door and up the elevator as if you've been released, and you will wake up in Everest Harbor with all your gear that you originally had when you went to jail. This is the only way I know of to get your items back for sure, but other than that, you're done and you're free. I hope you have all enjoyed this look at the escape from Klescher and that you found it useful. Overall, I found that it's actually immense fun to do the mission, and the added challenge to do it with walking away crime stat free is added bonus. Let me know what you think, and if you've done the Rudo missions, I appreciate hearing from all of you as always. And don't forget to get your entries in for the Origin X1 giveaway. All you need to do is subscribe here or follow on any of the streaming channels, and then keep an eye out on your notifications come March 1st. Also remember to catch the streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and always feel free to check out the merch store to help support the channel. Again, I want to say thank you for everybody being here and checking out the video, and please be safe out there, and we will catch you in the verse.